Hello everyone, this is Husky here. Oh my god, this face is terrifying. Do you guys see that? I have not seen that portrait before. Either way, this is Husky here, and it's time for another Bronze League Heroes! Now, at least one of you had better be saying that intro with me, because I make myself look ridiculous in my apartment every time that I do. Surprised we haven't gotten more noise complaints, because I tend to yell that pretty loud. Anyways, this is going to be another Bronze League Heroes, where we cast the very best of the very worst. The games may be bad, the players may be bad, but my god, they are so good. This is a Chinese game, actually, which is something that I haven't cast before on the Chinese client of the game, but either way, up in the top right side, it is going to be XHZ Jugernaut. Jugernaut. I feel like that is not how Jugernaut is actually spelled, and if they actually put themselves in a real clan, then they could spell out their entire name. But either way, it's going to be XHZ, that's so hard to say to cast, XHZ Jugernaut versus this guy down here. Now, I really hope that this name is something that is completely offensive and completely just inappropriate on all levels, and I have no idea until later because I don't speak Chinese, so we're just going to wait and see, but it is going to be a TBT right now. And I do want to mention really quickly, guys, that if you know any pro gamers, if you know anyone, if you follow them on Twitter, or if you watch their streams, or anything like that, or in any tournament out there releases more replays, just let me know. I've been enjoying sorting through and casting tons of Bronze League Hero games, but if there are any good pro games out there, feel free to send them on over. You can tweet them at me. You can email them to huskyreplays@gmail.com. That's also, by the way, where you can send your Bronze League Hero replays, huskyreplays@gmail.com. They are sorted through by my good friend Sinvicta. Try and send good ones. Don't just send your opponent leaving after 5 seconds. That's not going to be helping anybody out. But my good friend Sinvicta is the one who sorts through all of them. He has probably seen like 10,000 Bronze League Hero games at this point, and really just kind of filters the best ones to me. So hopefully this game is good. Otherwise, he's got to be in the doghouse, but that's okay. We're going to love him anyways for all of his hard work. We actually do have 2 barracks going to be coming up right now for our Chinese named player down here in the bottom left side. Decides not to go for gas just yet. I don't think that's a wall in. I definitely think that things can escape that in and out quite easily. But hey, it's Bronze League Heroes, and if you look at it this way, if you look at it like this, it kind of looks like a wall in, right? Kind of like from this angle, maybe it'll pull off as a wall in. Other than that, though, if there is any scouting that goes on, then well, it's just going to go right inside the main base. Now, I do want to say that this is indeed a pure bronze level game. We saw in the loading screen that both players are actually in Bronze League, and yeah, both of them there. It's not a placement match. It's not a Smurf account. It's not anything like that. We have 2 100% authentic bronze players. I think you can tell that by the double gas right away, which is an interesting choice. Also, no orbital right away. The double racks with lots of Marines on the way, but still no orbital just yet. You guys already know the pro tip of the day is to always make an orbital. We'll see if that decides to upgrade or not. He does have enough money now. There goes the orbital, but you can see that Juggernaut's already done with his orbital, and they are both on one base. So I think Juggernaut has a better grasp of what is going on right now. It does have the tech lab, but nothing really being used for it. Normally when you get a tech lab, what you want to do is, well, get upgrades or go for a Marauder. I would say go for a Reaper, but you no longer need the tech lab for a Reaper. We do have the reactor on the way and a factory, so this build by Jugernaut is not the worst. It is definitely not, like, optimized for Grandmaster level play, but this is not Grandmaster League Heroes. This is Bronze League Heroes, man, so his idea is good. He's got about the right amount of production. He's not supply blocked, and he does have his orbital command. So overall, it's not refined, but hey, he gets the basic concepts. Does have some Marines going to be on the way right now. What is our blue Terran doing down here? He does have a factory on the way. That double gas is up and running. 2 SCVs and gas. I honestly don't know of any like high-level Terrans who do this. I know that Protoss do it quite a bit. Well, actually going to be throwing down a scan right there. He is going to witness firsthand the supply block that is currently taking place down there, an economic crisis taking place in the bottom left side. I don't even think, yeah, he does have, okay, he does have one more depot on the way, and this guy's going to be building up another one, so I shouldn't be lasting for too long. But you know it's a good Bronze League Heroes game when it's 2 Terrans who are turtling both on one base. We're approaching the 6-minute mark, actually just now past it, and neither player has expanded yet. That is, that's going to be quite good for us. We do have the reactor now going to be on the way. And, you know, several units here for both players, but I feel like this is actually a very passive game. This is like playing a game of Civ 5 with your friends. Have you guys ever had a LAN party where you play Civ 5 and you, like, don't finish the like, one game in the entire duration of, like, your 2-day LAN? That, yeah. That indeed is what we're witnessing right now. Both players having, I believe, no units lost. Overall, I mean, I haven't even been able to yell First Blood just yet because no one has died. No one has bled. It's like Sim City, man. And we'll just have to wait and see exactly what they have planned. But this is when you know that it is Bronze League hero stats. No harassment, no timing attacks, no expanding. It's literally just kind of throwing down, see how many units you can make off of one base. 11 SCVs on minerals here. That is not efficient. That is not efficient whatsoever. I at least want to go up to that 24, especially if you're on one base. I mean, 16 kind of is the standard fully saturated, quote-unquote. But if you're going to be sitting on one base, might as well be making a couple extra. We do actually have a command center on the way. Jugernaut going to be the first to expand at the 9-minute mark. We'll see if our other Chinese player is more stubborn or not, as he is kicked out. He kicks the Marauder outside. All the skinny little Marines can chill inside. We'll see who gets the last lap, though. That's actually the only Marauder. There is going to be a buddy for him here in just a moment, but oh my god. Oh my god, is he actually going to be moving out? At the same time, we're going to be having the medevacs move down to the south side. I think we're going to immediately have another base race. And I want to say that base races in Bronze League Heroes, they always find a way to be absolutely hilarious. Now, at the pro level of play, the players tend to know right away, okay, he has this many units, I have this many buildings, and I have this many units, and he has that many buildings. Did I say that correctly? But either way, they know if they have to retreat right away or not. But in Bronze League Heroes, there's like, well, I'm in their base. There's no way I'm ever going to back up at all. I'm just going to try and base race it. So we're going to be having a forced base race right now. And taking a look at the numbers, it looks like our blue Chinese player is going to be the one who currently has an advantage right now. No upgrades on these units, keep in mind. No stim, no Marauder's Flow. No combat shields. These are just raw Marines. It's about as raw as it gets. There's also going to be a drop inside the main base. The few SCVs that we're actually mining here, well, they are mining no more. Lifts off the command center right there. So far, he does prove that he knows about the liftoff command. These siege tanks right here, though, definitely going to be able to knock down the entire base. I think that Jugernaut is going to be in a lot of trouble right now. He's currently behind in supply, and yes, he's got these units over here, but at the end of the day, he's got to be able to deal with these siege tanks. Don't know if he's going to have the Bronze League micro that is required to do such a feat. And looks like one siege tank over here actually looking off several Marines. They, for some reason, stop attacking him. So, oh, no, attack that Marine right there. Kill it. Why are you not killing that? Oh, my God, that siege tank. Oh, that is the derpiest siege tank, who actually almost made it out of the base. He was trying to be like a spy in TF2, pretending to be a Team Red, but the derpiest siege tank in the world indeed gets taken out. The Orbital Command over here should be able to survive. Keep an eye on those supplies, though, because at this point, it's basically all units, except for Jugernaut is already behind in supply, and he's got 21 SCVs. Yes, they're still mining, but for how long? He's already got so much money saved up that he's going to have to expand over here. I don't think he landed this in the correct spot at all, but hey, at least he got it in the general vicinity of minerals. There he goes. He actually listed off, and nope, overshot it. And he overshot. I think what he's got to do is go ahead and float that in the top left side. The siege tank over here. Well, the enemy base is definitely locked down. Nothing's going to be able to spawn to take these out. I mean, one or two more siege tanks would be nice, but guess what? Wow. Going to be supply block right there. And indeed, this is a Bronze League Heroes base race. 55 supply to 29 right here. You can see overall army supply is 48 to 25. I honestly don't know how Jugernaut can win this. There's no production for either player, and army supply, I mean, take a look at this. Army supply 48 to 25. Double army supply. Double army supply right now for our blue team. I think he's definitely got this game. I mean, maybe if the medevacs are able to drop on top of the tanks when they're out of position or something like that. But right now, I mean, the favoring is just going to be going to, well, not Jugernaut, that's for sure. He's going to go ahead and try to expand in the bottom right side. He also has the orbital command up in the top left side. One Marine over here. He gets the fun of killing off all these depots. And, oh, not all the depots. He actually just gives up on those and does not have any fun. So no fun for you, little Marine. As it does think this army over here, though, is going to be trapped down in the bottom left side. Keeping these depots alive would actually be nice, and later he can land this orbital command, start dropping some mules, and be able to do it. But be able to get that economy back on track. It does look like these supply depots will get taken out, though. Now, I'm kind of curious to see, can Jugernaut, oh god, that's siege tank on the high ground, raking in the kills, 11 kills overall, but does eventually get taken out. I want to know, though, is can Jugernaut load up his medevacs and actually escape right now? We are about to find out. Keep in mind that our blue Chinese player does not have stim or anything like that. Apparently, he doesn't even need it because these units are just going to waltz their way to their own deaths. And even the medevacs right here could get taken out. I think they will eventually find a way out of the base by flying. And does manage to hang on to those. There is going to be the expansion down the bottom right side. The one on the top left side decided not to really do anything right here. But it is currently 8 supply to 40. 8 supply to 40 right now. I can't really imagine how our Chinese player would mess this one up. I mean, he has the orbital over here. It is not in the red. It is about in the red, but not quite yet. Chilling out in the orange right here. Looks like these medevacs may get taken out. If he's not careful, the losing might actually be... Well, no, he wants to keep those alive for sure. But currently down to 5 supply right now. We'll see if he loses that medevac. No, he does no. No, he doesn't. Nearly going to be losing that one, but not quite yet. Jugernaut going to be trying to rebuild in the bottom right side. Keep in mind at this point, our blue Chinese player could be landing his orbital command center right now, and he is going to have 200 energy. That's going to be 4 mules right away. And even though he can't make SCVs, I think he's completely out of SCVs as well. No, he actually has 2. Where are they at? There's one down the bottom right, and there's another one in the bottom right. So he actually does have 2 SCVs there. Could begin building up some supply depots, could begin reconstructing that base, but for now, he is just on the hunt for red medevac, and that one is going to escape for now. He's told it to apparently move every which way. This medevac is literally being told to go over every inch of this map. It does look like the Marine and Marauder going to narrowly avoid it there, but actually going to be moving down to the bottom right side. I don't think Juggernaut's going to have enough units here. He doesn't really have anything on the way. Some Marines now will actually have something on the production tab now. 4 barracks, 2 Marines, and a factory all on the way down to the bottom right side, but I don't think that is nearly enough. There are the 2 SCVs here, and he does have that command center selected, either wanting to upgrade to an orbital or wanting to make some more workers. It does look at the attack, though. It has arrived, the Marine, and 1 Marauder. Is that all we've got? No, we still have both Marauders. Those guys are bros for life. That is absolutely true. And it looks like this base is going to get taken out as well. Jugernaut, though, really not giving up. He's going to go down to the last man. It looks like he does have the orbital command in the top left side. Not really going to be able to pull anything off with that. It does look like this command center is going to be stuck as well. I think it's going to get taken out here for sure. And indeed it does. Goodbye, flying command center. Now, I got to say that the amount of lifting off going on in this game is a lot more than the average Bronze League game. You find that the pro tip of the day is you might as well be using your orbitals if you got them. They're currently floating around, a little too much floating. Now, normally in Bronze League heroes, I'm always freaking out about lifting them off before they die, but in this, I feel like, no, you should definitely be landing those. You should definitely be going for some sort of income right now for both these players. Neither player is mining, and it does look like this factory is going to get taken out as well. That is just one more building that will to come. And I believe there's a barracks over here as well, so might as well go for that if possible. I don't think things are revealed, though. He does know about it just because he spotted it, but he doesn't know about this orbital, or at least not the location of it. That's the reason these buildings have not been revealed, is because there is an orbital on the map. Does look like the barracks now is in the red, so that's going to slowly burn down. Whether he needs to focus it down or not doesn't really matter, because that is going to die for Jersey's. Now, at this point, really, what does Jugernaut do? Well, he's been behind for basically ever. There's going to be a factory on the way. He is at 1 supply, and that is that 1 SCV, which is trying to sneakily build a factory over here. He's just like, oh, thank God I brought my factory to work today, because I definitely need to be throwing these down. And it does look like this barracks may get in the red as well. The Marauder and siege tanks, though, getting in the way, which means that that barracks will survive. We'll be able to float it down in the corners for quite some time. And our blue Chinese player, he's got to be so confused. He's like, where is this guy? He definitely needs to land, but, you know, at this point, oh, God, Juggernaut's actually going to be working on a starport right now, but it does look like our blue Chinese player going to be moving into position to deal with it. I don't know if the starport is actually going to finish in time. If this army actually goes the correct way, what is it doing? It stopped moving on the minimap, and I think what he's going to do now is move up to the top side to take out these 2 depots, but spoiler alert, there is a lot more going on. Well, not a lot more. I redact that previous statement. There is something going on in this game, apparently building the factory right in the way of the command center, and decides not to lift it off. That is the Bronze League Heroes play that we are all looking for. So 39 supply. I think this is one of the only games where it's 39 times supply for one player over the other. That is definitely not a ratio you can keep up if your opponent has more than 1 supply. But it does look like the depots are going to go down. There's still the base in the top left side, though. I mean, but Jugernaut, he's at 1 supply. He's got the 1 SCV. I believe all he has is a command center now. Does not even have a single supply depot. Mule's going to be dropped on down. There is enough energy for 1 more mule. There we go. And, I mean, really could swap these out if you really, really wanted to. But also, our blue Chinese player, I mean, he's feeling really confident right now. He's got the 1 building. He could still use these SCVs to continue constructing supply depots or another orbital command if he just mines 5 minerals, or he could really do anything. But for now, he is focused. He is hyper-focused on this army. He's going to be aggressive with it. He's moving out across the map. He's basically scouted the entire map. I mean, look at what little spaces he hasn't scouted on this map. He has been basically everywhere with this mobile army and is now going to the last uncharted territory, which is going to be that base in the top left side. Oh, no, the Viking actually finished. Kill the Viking, kill the Viking, kill the Viking. Oh, God, that Viking actually survived. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, remember that our blue Chinese player, he only has one floating building and one tech lab right now. And that Viking, oh god, this is going to be the hero Viking right here, right now. You can't see his face there, but he has got to have his game face on. We will see if he actually manages to make it happen. There's the one factory up on the top left side, but it looks like right there, our Jugernaut going to be revealed to supply right now. He cannot make any more units. This is literally all he has is the one Viking, and it does find the orbital command. He's got to land this orbital command immediately and protect it with the other units over here, which he's currently not doing. Those units not exactly engaging this Viking. What are you doing, units? You need to be attacking the Viking. It is in range of the Marines. But right now, his micro has got to be off the charts here, and with 0 micro coming out of Jugernaut and 0 micro out of our Terran player. He's got to land that thing. The Marines right here could kill off this Viking. If he had stim back, he could do it, but he never got it. All right, so there's going to be the orbital command right there. It needs to land it. Get that Marine out of the way. He needs to drop a mule right now. And no, he's trying to make SCVs. He got to drop the mule. He can't make the SCVs because you are so supply blocked. The Viking going to be flying over here. He is going to go ahead and spot this tech lab. A supply depot. Why would you build it right there of all the places right where the Viking is at? Oh, God, he's made a huge mistake as the Viking going to be able to spot this. And Vikings don't mess around, man. They'll be able to kill us off not super quickly, but quickly enough. This army is going to slowly move on down here. Might actually be able to save this one building, and nope, the Viking does lift off, may be able to get out of there. He narrowly escapes right now as our blue Chinese player trying with all of his 3 APM to survive, and it does look like the Viking going to be moving out. Oh god, drop a mule, you have 200 energy. Oh god, drop a mule. You can drop all 4 mules right now and repair this guy, no problem. But for some reason, he built the supply depot instead, and the orbital command is so low on HP, it's slowly going to be burning down. And this actually is a draw as long as our Chinese player leaves his army by the pylon. This game is now officially a draw. He loses the orbital command without dropping a mule. Those mules were literally inside just waiting to be summoned from a battlecruiser up in outer space, and well, Commander Chinese player is not able to do it. I wish I knew what his name was, and I'm sure I'll find it out later. Maybe it'll make the cast even that much more hilarious. But the Vikings like, well, the army's over here. You gotta defend these last 2 buildings. The Viking, it can fly, by the way. It's gonna fly all the way over there. Keep in mind that this SCV can build more supply depots as well if he wants to, but I think our blue Chinese player, maybe he's never been in this situation before. He's gonna try and hunt for the buildings, but guess what? He's already been spotted. The Viking over here gonna be landing and taking out his only tech lab that leaves 1 supply depot. What are you doing? This army could not be more out of position. This is actually the most out of position army I have ever seen. I think in the history of casting StarCraft, that army could not be more out of position. And the supply depot right here is slowly getting whittled down. Is the SCV going to build another building? He could build it actually close enough to this army to save it. But right now, it looks like the Viking just going to town. This army trying to split up, I guess. I don't know. Are they starting a party? What is going on up on the top left side? It does look at the supply depot goes down. Oh, no. Oh, God. This is the champion of all champions. This Viking right here is the most hero Viking I think I have ever seen. So I would say that here comes the GG, but he actually managed to kill him with the 1 Viking, and this is why you never give up. This is why you never surrender, especially in Bronze League Heroes, because you never know that in Bronze League games, if your opponent is going to forget how to like play the game, it could happen. It could happen to the best of us. It could happen at any time. So he waited until the very, very last unit, and he actually matched with it. Now, when did that Viking actually come into play? Because it was so funny to me that those Marines could have killed the Viking and ended this before it had started, but decided not to go that route. Hey, I want to see at exactly what time that Viking actually finishes. So there's going to be lots of mules. The Viking is on the way, but guess what? The army is already here, and the army is like super here. Look how long that Viking sits there with the Marines underneath, but he told them to attack the orbital command, and that is going to be the major problem here for him, is that he's attacking the orbital command. The Viking narrowly escapes, and this Viking needs to be heralded as the best Viking ever created. There's going to be your dancing night elf right up there, and we are at Bubba's Bar and Grits. Gas and Grits, excuse me. And, wow. All right, well, that 1 Viking there, that is the champion Viking right there. So, great job by Jugernaut, able to not necessarily spell his name correctly, but still able to give us a very entertaining game. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time.